So you might remember back to November of 2019. Next year, that's something that's on the agenda. I really want to make at least a few new original songs, if not an entire album. We'll see where the year takes us. So I feel really bad that it's been so long since I've made original music, so I kind of wanted to just explain what happened and what my plan for my original music is moving forward. I truly thought that 2020 was going to be my year for making a new original album, and obviously I don't think 2020 ended up turning out how anyone planned, myself included. Our first son, Logan, was about 6 months old when lockdown started here, and between the lockdowns and our own personal quarantines, we basically didn't have childcare for a large part of 2020, which if you have kids, you know that it's just not realistic to try and get a lot of quality work done while you're also trying to watch your kids, especially at that age. Logan, what do you think? Is Daddy picking the right shots?
Said Daddy doesn't have many good shots to pick.
You're right. You are right.
What do you think of this edit, buddy?
It's like, throw it out.
Then in 2021, we had our second son, Walker, and I had a lot of issues during my pregnancy with Walker with my neck.
Of all the things that are going on right now.
Yeah, you remember your neck. Remember how horrific that has been. And just in general, this stage.
The nerve pain.
Oh, the nerve pain's been happening. Oh yeah, everything. Also remember, you could end up with twins next time. So that you're just getting older. Just, think about those things. And I explained all of that in a different vlog that you guys can check out if you want to hear more details. But that really slowed me down with my work pretty much since the beginning of 2021. Besides the pandemic and my neck issues, we've also just gone through a lot of big life changes in the last 5 years. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, but the older I get now, the more responsibility I feel like I have in my life. And early on, it was just Jared and I working on our own separate careers, and we always just rented the places we were living at, so we didn't really feel like we had a whole lot of responsibilities outside of our marriage and our work. But then we bought this house, and it needed a ton of work, so that was a big change. And then we started working together about 5 years ago, and as much as that transition felt like a dream come true, it also came with a lot more stress from all of our eggs being in one basket financially, so to speak. It's almost 1 a.m. And then adding 2 kids has been the biggest change and added responsibility by far. I used to be more comfortable just taking some risks in my career, like trying out touring or just choosing to work on certain passion projects here and there, like my original music. But with all of the added responsibility in the last 5 years, especially from the financial standpoint of now providing for a whole family, spending my time working on an album of original music just started to kind of feel way more like a forbidden luxury than a stable career choice, if that makes sense. And that's felt really sad, to be honest, because that's the part of my career I've always been the most excited about, and I've been wanting to make new original music for so long now. So that brings me to where I'm at now. And as far as my neck is concerned, I've been consistently doing physical therapy now for the last 5 months, in addition to everything else I had been doing that I explained in that vlog. And it is improving, but it's still like nowhere near normal. I've had a lot of ups and downs with it, where sometimes I think like, yes, oh my gosh, it's finally moving in the right direction one week, but then the next week it feels like it kind of went backwards. So I think it'll be just a little while longer before I can say that I'm feeling great about my neck. But I am thankful to say that it's definitely not worse, and overall is improving, and now it's not really keeping me from getting my work done, at least. And then as far as the rest of my life is concerned, Jared and I decided last fall that we really wanted 2023 to feel a lot different than the previous years. We had a lot of heart-to-hearts and decided that we really needed to make some career changes and to take some stress out of our lives and help get back to a place where we both feel really excited and happy about our work again. And I'll give you guys more details about that another time, but now, just so you know what it means for this year, I'm finally back now to making time for my original music, and I've already started working on a new original album. So I've been working on it for the last month now. I already have 2 songs that I'm close to finishing up, and it's honestly the happiest that I've felt about my work in years now. And I'll be honest, I was really nervous to get started again because it has been so long, and anytime you take that much time off from something, I think it's always just kind of scary to get started with it again. But pretty much as soon as I started working on a new song, it felt like it came even more naturally than before, which was such a relief. And on top of that, so many of you have said so many kind things about my music that has really boosted my confidence as I've gotten back into this. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for that. Hearing about how my music has been used for your special occasions or helped you relax or get through a hard time, or that it inspires you in some way, really makes me feel inspired too. And because original music is such a huge passion of mine, moving forward, I'd really love to share my music creation process with you guys. I've never actually shown you a lot about how I make my music, and a lot of you probably don't know that I'm just as passionate about producing music and composing as I am playing the violin. So it's something that I do really want to share more of in the future with you guys. And I also think it'll just be a great way to hold myself more accountable for making original music more of a priority in my career. So I hope you guys are as excited about that as I am. So right now I'm planning on making videos for how I approach writing my music from a creative standpoint, things like my production process, showing you an overview of how I make a song from start to finish and all of those types of things. I don't plan on getting super technical with it. I want to keep it light and entertaining for those of you who aren't interested in totally just nerding out on music production, unless of course you want that kind of content, because I definitely could nerd out for days on some of this stuff, but that's where I really actually need your help. I'd love to hear what you guys specifically would like me to make vlogs about in the comments section. I want to turn this into kind of a fun follow along series, and I'm not gonna put a strict timeline on it because we saw what happened to my plan for a new original album last time. But in general, my goal would be to have a new album out towards the end of this year. All right guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all of the love and support you've shown my music over the years, and I'll see you again soon in the next video.